Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Gas South District's That's the Ticket, the ultimate podcast exploring all things Gas South District and a source for insights to events on campus and discussions on the wider entertainment and tourism industry. Please welcome the host of our show, Stan Hall, CEO of Gas South District and Explore Gwinnett.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's the Ticket, where we take you behind the scenes of the people, partnerships, and ideas shaping the world of sports, entertainment, and live events. I'm your host, Stan Hall, President and CEO of Gas South District and Explore Gwinnett. Today, we're talking about an event that has become a longtime favorite here at Gas South District and one that truly reflects the diversity of our community. We're talking today about JapanFest. JapanFest returns to Gas South District September the 19th and 20th, bringing thousands of people together to experience Japanese culture through food, music, art, performances, traditions, and so much more. It is also a great example of how cultural events can create connections that extend far beyond a single weekend. Georgia has a strong and growing relationship with Japan, and here in Gwinnett, we see firsthand the importance of creating opportunities for people to learn about different cultures and connect with one another. Today, we're going behind the scenes with JapanFest to talk about how the festival began, how it has grown, and what goes into bringing it to life each year, and what guests can look forward to this year. I'm excited to have Yoshi Domoto join me today. Yoshi is the Executive Director of Japan American Society of Georgia. Yoshi, thank you so much for being here. Let's get started, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, Yoshi, for those who may not be familiar with JapanFest, tell us a little bit about the event and what's its mission.
Sure. So JapanFest is the largest Japanese festival here in the Southeast. It's an annual celebration of Japanese culture, and we're here with the mission to strengthen understanding, friendship, cultural exchange, and really, promoting community between the Japanese community here and also the people here in Georgia. And we bring together families, students, businesses, the entire community gets together to celebrate. And it's where tradition, innovation, and community all meet together to really celebrate Japan and Georgia relations.
Absolutely. You and I were talking before the show started, and tell me, how long have you been here at Gas South now?
We first came when Gas South was the Gwinnett Center, if you remember.
So it's been a minute,
and
right?
And then the Infinite Energy Center, and now Gas South, right? So since 2007, so almost 20 years
Almost 20 years, and I also told you we love the event. I hope you don't think we take it for granted because it's one of our favorite events of the year, and we appreciate you having it here with us. Yoshi, what can attendees expect to experience when they come here to JapanFest this year?
Really, it's a way to experience Japan and everything that entails with it without having to travel to Japan and get on a 14-hour flight.
Yes.
So it's everything from live performances, Japanese arts. We have interactive workshops, of course, food, shopping, games, children's area and activities. Everything you can think about Japan, we will have it at JapanFest, and it's really just one place to really engulf yourself and immerse yourself into Japanese culture. Both traditional Japanese culture and also the kind of the modern pop culture all in one place.
Absolutely. So the food is fantastic. I can tell you that from experience. But let's also talk about not only that relative to culture, but what are some of the more popular attractions that will be held there that really does give you, as you said, that up-close glimpse of what Japan is all about?
Sure. So I think the 2 or 3 most popular things at JapanFest, definitely the food, and we can talk about more about that in a minute, and then also live performances. So every year we bring guest performers not only from Japan but also throughout the U.S., professional performers to really share Japanese arts and culture with our audience. But also we also have local artists, local performers too. So we really feature professional artists and performers, but then also we try to highlight local organizations, kids who may be in kind of performing groups too. So kind of combination of the professional performing artists, and then also the local talent as well. Really encompasses all features of live performances. This year we have Haribo, which is a Japanese acrobat group.
Wow.
And
Okay.
they actually very famous, not only worldwide, but in the UK, America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
They have the Britain's Got, I
Yes.
guess, talent as well.
Yes.
They made it to the finals and they won the Golden Buzzer Award, in which the audience, I guess, selects the winner. So they'll be coming here to Gas South and performing for us. Well, of course, every year we have the always popular taiko drummers.
Yes.
We have Japanese dance groups that will be coming not only to do performances but also workshops. We have Katsura Sunshine, who actually has a show in New York now on Broadway, but he's a Japanese rakugo storyteller and also comedian. Very funny act that he does. We have a samurai theater group that comes, martial arts, kabuki, you name it. We have all sorts of performances for all age groups, right? So it is a family-friendly festival. So whether you have kids that are really young, or if you're in your 60s and 70s and 80s and above, we have a little bit of everything in terms of performances at JapanFest.
That's a wide selection of things to do while you're here for sure. So Yoshi, one of the things I always notice, excuse me, at JapanFest is the people that come to the event. It is a makeup of everything you can imagine as far as who attends the event. There are young people, there are older people, there are people that have no apparent connection with Japan but are just so intrigued by the culture. Talk a little bit about that wide swath and the people who come to this and the numbers of people who come to this.
Right. So last year we had about 23,000 people come out to JapanFest weekend.
23,000.
23,000, yeah. Saturday and Sunday event, right? So, but we really truly have something for everyone. Of all ages, right? So, and of all demographics. So whether you're into kind of the anime and manga and gaming and cosplay, that's so popular these days for our younger audience, we have a little bit of that. But then if you enjoy traditional Japanese culture and arts, we have so much of that as well. And then it's a little bit different nowadays, but when I was growing up, it was all about Japanese businesses, right? So we have exhibit of Japanese companies, not only here in Gwinnett, but throughout Georgia. It's an exhibition called JBIG, Japanese Business in Georgia. So a lot of our companies will kind of have their products on display, and that includes automotive kind of parts, tires, wave runners, high-tech toilets, tractors.
Anything you can imagine.
Exactly, right? So I think, we really have something for everyone. So that really attracts of all age groups, all demographics. Even if you're not too familiar with Japan, it's a great way to introduce yourself into Japanese culture one way or another.
No doubt about it. I'll tell you, when my daughter was younger, I mean, from a very young age, she became fascinated with anime. And listen, the thing that I've learned about that, as these kids who are first introduced to it get older, they continue that fascination with anime as adults. Is anime something that's been around in Japan a long time, or is it relatively new as far as traditional things that that are Japan-centric, I guess I would say?
A little bit of both, I guess. I mean, obviously, it all started here in the U.S. with Disney and all of that too. But Japanese anime started, I believe, in the '60s and '70s, and just from there, it just evolved,
Exploded.
Exactly, right. So it's everywhere now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned it earlier. Let's talk about a little bit about food. We all know that when you think about certain cultures, food is typically the gateway to understanding a culture. It's an easy entry into that conversation. But what are some of the culinary experiences that visitors can look forward to this year at JapanFest?
So actually, thanks to your support and your team's help, we have the most number of food vendors coming to JapanFest this year.
Really?
So yeah, close to 20 restaurants that will be here at JapanFest. Everything from ramen and yakisoba and udon noodles to sushi, of course. We have okonomiyaki, Japanese pancakes, takoyaki, octopus balls. We have yakitori, chicken skewers, donburi bowls, gyoza dumplings, and we have a lot of desserts as well too, right? So taiyaki, we have bubble tea, a lot more kind of Japanese sweets, including Japanese chocolate that's made here in Georgia too, right? So a little bit of everything in terms of purchasing lunch or dinner, in terms at the food restaurants, but we also have some workshops too. So in Japan, if you walk around Tokyo or any other big city and you want to go into a restaurant, before you going into the store or the restaurant, there's a display out there. They are really famous for making kind of plastic, like plastic displays, or kind of what's inside in terms of food. So if you're wanting sushi or if you're wanting ramen noodles, they will have like a plastic display outside the store, so that you know what you'll be eating.
Yeah,
kind of get a visual,
right?
Exactly. So we'll actually have a workshop at JapanFest here on how to make those and how those work.
Wow.
So that's really interesting. Not only can you eat food at JapanFest, but you can also kind of make your own kind of.
That'll be fun as well, for sure. We talked about, food is often a gateway, but the other thing that really is prominent when you're learning about another culture is the music connection or the art connection. And I know that Japan is very much involved in J-pop music.
Yes.
How does that help you as far as making association with Japanese culture and also, the other cultures that are being introduced through music and art? How does that help you out?
Yeah, well, Japanese music is huge worldwide, including here in the U.S. and the Southeast, right? And we do have wonderful kind of musical concerts and performances, not only traditional Japanese music, but also modern. So we do have some J-pop and kind of modern Japanese pop artists coming, but also traditional music too, right?
Yeah.
And also we have groups that are kind of combining the two. So our theme this year is Timeless Japan, celebrating not only traditional culture, but also modern culture.
Modern culture, yeah.
So we have musical acts that are actually combining traditional aspects of Japanese music with modern. Like, for example, we have Waves of Harmony, which is comprised of traditional Japanese instruments, like shamisen, which is a Japanese kind of stringed instrument, kind of like a banjo.
Like
but,
a banjo, yeah, I've seen it.
A little bit more formal and I guess refined, but and some other instruments are represented in that group too. But they'll be playing traditional Japanese music, but also using Japanese instruments to play kind of more recognizable.
I'm looking
with
forward to that
J-pop,
myself.
right?
That'll be great.
Yeah, but I think music definitely kind of brings people together,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a way to kind of celebrate not only Japanese culture, but kind of music enthusiasts in general.
And I do think, from an art perspective, there's so many really quite famous artists who are from Japan whose work is very prominent here in the United States and across the world as well. So I think that, as I recall, there's a good bit of art that's typically on display there during the JapanFest event too. So
yeah, one thing new too, right next door is the Hudgens Center,
Yes.
the Museum of Art, right?
Right.
So during JapanFest, they'll actually have Japanese woodblock print exhibit.
Yeah.
So all attendees of JapanFest will have free admission to the museum,
Okay,
and they can
good.
enjoy traditional
Yeah,
Japanese art
good.
that way as well.
That's perfect. Yoshi, Gwinnett, as you know, is a very diverse community. It's something that we celebrate actually fairly loudly here. It's I tell people we don't talk about it, we celebrate it, and we're so proud to be in that category. Why is that diversity such a great fit for an event like JapanFest?
Well, JapanFest is for everyone, like I mentioned earlier, right? And with that, we really celebrate kind of the diverse backgrounds, not only from people from Japan, because Japan is made up of 47 different prefectures. So people who live up north or to the west or down south, very different cultures too, right? Just with that, we really like to celebrate diversity in terms of our audience and our attendees, and we welcome everyone to come out. And we have really diverse backgrounds represented in terms of our audience, and also participants and volunteers too, right? So so that we can kind of reach as many people as possible. We really like to make our festival welcoming and inclusive, and really celebrate people from all backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I know a little bit about what I'm going to ask you about now based on what we do here every single day, but behind every successful event is a dedicated team of volunteers and partners that are necessary. What would you like people to know about the effort that goes into actually making JapanFest happen every year? It's a big process.
Oh, it's a monster. Yeah. As soon as we're done with one festival, we're already planning for next year's festival.
Yeah.
We do have a board of directors and organizing committee in terms of kind of planning that happens all year long. We meet at least once a month to make sure that everything is in line with the preparations. And other than that, we also have volunteers, right? We have hundreds of volunteers that come out on the day of. And the volunteers, like I just mentioned, are very diverse as well, right? So the Japanese community here in Georgia, maybe smaller in compared to maybe the Korean and other countries.
What do you think that number is?
It's about 10,000 throughout Georgia.
Yeah.
But out of that, many of those people, work at Japanese companies. And Japanese companies actually hire many more people.
Yeah.
And we actually have the most number of international companies from Japan here in Georgia. But a lot of the people who work at those Japanese companies, they'll volunteer their time to make sure that JapanFest is a big success. We have a lot of students and young professionals who are very much interested in kind of seeing the behind-the-scenes planning and preparation of JapanFest. So some of them will help plan, weeks and months before the event. But then during the days of the event, we do have so many people from the community throughout, whether it's businessmen and women or students and young professionals who come out to make sure that JapanFest is a big success.
Absolutely. You talked about some of the Japan companies that do business here, not only in the States, but I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one in particular that's very close to us with our PGA Tour event. The Mitsubishi Electric Classic is a Japan-based company. We've been partners with them for many, many years now and are very active in the whole Gas South District community. So we love what they do for us, and I know that's a big part. I know you're very aware of them as well. So.
Oh yeah, they're huge. One of the larger Japanese companies here in the entire state, and they have a wonderful facility just up the road.
Yes,
and I love the fact that they're not only part of JapanFest and having their products on display and sponsoring us, but also really supporting the community and being the headline sponsor for the Mitsubishi Electric Classic.
They are wonderful partners for us. We're glad to have them for sure. Yoshi, is there a particular moment or memory, maybe from past JapanFest events, that stands out to you personally?
There's so many.
I'm sure.
Just the personal connections that we make with people that come to JapanFest for the first time, and once you come to JapanFest, you tend to come every year afterwards, right? So the new people we meet definitely is kind of memorable, moments, plural. But coming to Gas South was memorable for me too. I was involved with JapanFest back when it was in Stone Mountain,
right?
And when we moved here to Gas South, it really was a great way to showcase Japan indoor and outdoor. In Stone Mountain, it was all outdoor. So we were had some, challenges and always battling the weather. But here we have both indoor and outdoor facilities, and with that, we've been able to grow. I know Gas South has also grown throughout the years, with all the renovations too. So we kind of see ourselves growing with your facility, and that's been a wonderful thing to see. I've also met people who've come to JapanFest as kids, and now maybe they've gone to study Japanese or study abroad in Japan, and they've come back and now working for a Japanese company, right? So there's so many instances of how JapanFest really emotionally connects with people.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, and you just sort of alluded to it, but I would suspect that many of the people that come to JapanFest have been to many JapanFest events, and this is not their first one, right?
Right, yeah. So actually, JapanFest started as Japan Week in 1981, and it was a series of smaller events hosted by the Japan American Society, Japanese Chamber, the Consulate, and other organizations locally, and it was just smaller events throughout 1 week. in 1986, it became one festival, and everyone came together to celebrate. So, so we've been, have a long history of celebrating Japan with JapanFest. So we've had, people who in their 80s would come to JapanFest, 90s, 2000s,
yes,
right? So, so definitely, it's timeless in itself, right?
Is JapanFest here? Is it one of the bigger events in the country celebrating Japanese culture?
Definitely the biggest in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Not every state has a Japanese festival, but in the Southeast, we were certainly the largest. In Washington, D.C., there's a big one called the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that
right?
one,
So,
yes.
but no, our festival is in the fall, and it's definitely one of the largest in the country.
Perfect. If there is someone this year that's coming for the first time, what would you say to encourage them to come experience it for themselves if they've never been here before?
Come with an open mind.
Yeah.
Come curious. Try everything at least once, right? And then come early too, right?
Come early for sure.
There's so many things to do in terms of the live performances. But one advantage of coming early is the food, right? So we get so many people come that
food hall
lines,
is like phenomenal.
Yes,
I mean, it's a big deal.
There are long lines. If you wait too long, as I mentioned, we have the most number of food vendors this year, so that will alleviate the lines a little bit. But the earlier you come, you get more access to kind of different things throughout the day. And but yeah, just come and meet people and just really come with a open mind and be curious about different things. There's so many things to do. So just come early, stay as long as you can, and bring friends.
Yeah, I come every year, obviously, but some years I'll come and say, you know what, I'm going to go by there and say hi to a few people, and then I've got some things to do. And then 6 hours later, I'm saying, well, I'm still here. So because it is so much fun.
Yes.
So, Yoshi, looking ahead, what is your vision for the future of JapanFest?
Oh, gosh. To continue to grow, I know there's definitely plenty of growth here at Gas South. Perhaps one day we can take over the entire campus and be in the arena too. But
we're open for that. So,
we definitely want to get more headline kind of performers, not only from Japan but throughout the U.S. too. So, some getting some big names to be part of JapanFest would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We would love to make more opportunities for people to also, through JapanFest, maybe study abroad in Japan or go to Japan with their friends and family, right? So we want to be kind of the gateway into Japan, not only here in Gwinnett, here in Georgia, but the Southeast and throughout the U.S., right? So we want to be the go-to event for Japan and just make it bigger and better.
Absolutely. So, Yoshi, for those who are ready to attend, where can they purchase tickets, find event schedules, and maybe to learn a little bit more about everything happening at JapanFest this year?
Yeah, the easiest way is to go on our website, www.japanfest.org. It's pretty easy, japanfest.org.
Yeah.
We're also listed on the Gas South District's event page as well, so there's a great way to kind of learn more about that. We are very active on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So there's a lot of ways to kind of get connected. But yeah, definitely. The website is the easiest way, but definitely visit the Gas South District's website too, because a lot of our information is also on there.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, I for one am looking forward to it, and like I say, I'll probably come by to say hi, and then 6 hours later, I'll still be there again this year as well.
Right.
So I am looking forward to it. But thank you again, Yoshi, for joining me today and giving us a look behind the scenes of JapanFest. We are always proud to welcome JapanFest back to Gas South District. The events such as this are a great reminder of what makes Gwinnett such a special community. We have people from so many different backgrounds, cultures, and experience, and bringing everyone together to learn and celebrate and connect is something that we are very proud to be a part of. I hope today's conversation has encouraged you as listeners to come out and experience JapanFest for yourself this year. Be sure to mark your calendars for September 19th and 20th, and I look forward to seeing you all there as well. Thank you for joining us for this episode of That's the Ticket. Be sure to visit gassouthdistrict.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also find That's the Ticket wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Until next time, I'm Stan Hall. Thank you for listening for That's the Ticket.
Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. For show notes and further information about Gas South District and upcoming events, please visit our website at gasSouthDistrict.com. That's the Ticket.